Press conference with Conor McGregor had a lot of interesting comments to say. Thought I'd just go through quickly the different things that Conor had to say for himself after the fight, including, I'll give you a couple quotes here, saying he hurt his ankle in camp and busted his shin up while kicking Diaz's knee. But other than that, he said he's fine. He said it was a hell of a fight. He's a hell of a competitor. It brought out the best in me. And Conor saying about a possible what weight he wants to be at. He says he wants to get his abs back. He has no abs at 170. He's going to go back down and weight when he fights again, and it'll be at 155. McGregor saying he dropped him 3 times, and he could have went in there and pressed, but again, he was patient. Stressing that point about him being patient. He said Diaz's face was opened up, and he still kept coming. Got to respect that in the style of fight he brings to the octagon. McGregor also saying it's hard for him to be excited about a matchup with Jose Aldo. That's pretty funny. Conor saying a bunch of different things. Fascinating post-fight press conference with him. Give me your thoughts down below, guys. Conor McGregor, the Notorious. Some interesting comments after the fight here. The Notorious Conor McGregor. He had a couple of very interesting comments. We will go through those right now. Saying he hurt his ankle in camp and busted his shin up while kicking Diaz's knee. And he said other than that, he's fine, though. So he had some injuries. He had a shin and he had the knee. He said that McGregor saying about Diaz, it was a hell of a fight. He's a hell of a competitor. It brought out the best in me. And talking about a possible weight cut, or what weight he wants to be at, whether it be more or less, he says, I want to get my abs back. I have no abs at 170. I'm going to go back down and weight. When I fight again, it'll be at 155. Also saying he is, of course, the champion at 145. Then also saying the game plan worked like in my coach John Cavagnig's book, which is in stores now. Saying Diaz's face was opened and he still kept coming. You got to respect that and the style of fight he brings. And also McGregor throwing some shade at Jose Aldo, saying it's hard for him to be excited about a matchup with Jose Aldo, a rematch between those two. So pretty funny here, Conor McGregor. A very unique post-fight interview. Actually, maybe not that unique. No, he always has interesting things to say, but I really like this post-fight press conference from Conor. Came in on crutches, which is definitely not a good sign, but apparently he has a broken foot. We're not 100% sure about that. Some reports were saying that, but I don't actually think that's true, but I'm not really sure. I'm just confused, guys. A lot of conflicting reports about McGregor. So give me your thoughts down below. Some very interesting comments by the Notorious Conor McGregor here in the post-fight press conference. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up some of the quotes here from the press conference. Conor talking about it was a hell of an important fight for me. Everyone from the media to the fighters wrote me off. And also saying he was 25 to 30 pounds heavier than me. Talking about Diaz, I don't care what anyone says. He called Diaz one tough mother effer, and he just keeps on coming, and he's a class competitor. Talking about what weight he wants to be at, he says he wants to get his abs back. He can't get abs at 170. Sometimes he feels like he has a big belly, so he wants to work on that. He says when he fights again, it will be on his terms. It will be at 155, maybe for the belt, but he's not. But who knows what's next. He said he had to be patient. He said his legs are killing him, obviously from all the leg kicks that Diaz had on him and the kicks that he had on Diaz. He says, I don't care what anyone else says. I helped bring this game up a level. Everyone is making more money because of me. He also noted that everyone was celebrating his demise when he lost. That lit a fire under him. McGregor said it's hard for him to get excited about fighting Jose Aldo. There's many things in the pipeline, so sit tight. He says 3-2 was a fair result. That first round was a 10-8. My respect to the opponent. He's the hell of a competitor. Also saying, McGregor, I don't think they're going to strip. How can they do that? What would they do that? What would they do to the division of the guy I KO'd in 13 seconds if he's the champ? Very, very interesting comments here by the Notorious Conor McGregor. Be sure to give me your thoughts down below. I'll continue to give you guys some of the highlights of the press conference. I don't know why the UFC, they're not doing their usual live stream, so they're doing separate interviews. I think, yeah, I do think the press conference is canceled for whatever the reason. I'm not sure why they did that, but it is canceled. Give me your thoughts down below, guys. I'll give you some of the quotes from the press conference. McGregor has arrived via crutches. Apparently, some people are saying he has a broken foot. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but I'm not really sure. McGregor saying, quote, I kicked his knee about 40 times. My shin is killing me. That's it. It's the shin. Other than that, I'm perfect. Talking about McGregor, how this was such an important fight for him. Everyone from the media to the fighters wrote me off. He was saying he's 25 to 30 pounds heavier than me, talking about Diaz, and he doesn't care what anyone says about that. Definitely heavier than what we're used to from the 145 champ, Conor McGregor. Saying that Diaz is a class competitor, but also talking about his weight, saying he wants to get his abs back. At 170, he doesn't have his abs, and he feels like he has a big belly, and he wants to work on that. He wants to get his abs back, so he'll be at 155 or 145 in his next fight. McGregor also saying that in the fight he had to be patient. The game plan worked like my coach John Kavanagh, his book Win or Learn. And he also reminds us that Kavanagh's book is in bookstores now. McGregor also talking about the leg kicks, saying his leg is killing him. Probably a combination of the kicks from Diaz to him and then him on Diaz. So give me your thoughts down below, guys. A lot to talk about here. The press conference was canceled, but they're having separate interviews for each fighter, one for Diaz and one for McGregor here. Trying to give you guys as many quotes as I can from the interview with McGregor. McGregor giving a lot of props to Diaz every chance he gets. Really showing a lot of respect for Nate Diaz. A lot more humble than we've seen from McGregor in recent fights, obviously. Usually he shits on his opponent, makes them feel like absolute crap after he knocks them out. But definitely different here, showing a lot of respect for Nate Diaz. Also talking about how everyone was celebrating his demise when he lost, and that celebrating of other people lit a fire under him and knew he had to be back and be back on top. McGregor saying the 3-2 scoring was a fair result. That first round was a 10-8, and he has a lot of respect for the opponent, a hell of a competitor in Nate Diaz. McGregor also talking about the possibility, if they're gonna. He was asked about if they're gonna strip his belt or not. Not exactly sure, but he was basically, talking a lot of trash to Jose Aldo, saying, I don't think they're going to strip me of the belt. How can they do that? What would that do to the division of the guy I KO'd in 13 seconds if he ends up being the champ? So, yeah, a lot of valid points there. He also says a lot of stuff in the pipeline. We'll have to see what happens. We don't know exactly what is next for Conor McGregor, but it's definitely going to be interesting, guys. So we'll have to stay tuned and see what exactly Conor McGregor has in store. Anyway, guys, I saw some of the press conference on Fox Sports 1 on TV. I don't think they're showing it on YouTube for whatever the reason. I don't know why they're doing that, but it is what it is, guys. I think because of Conor, they don't want to do a whole press conference. They want to get him to the hospital or whatever the case may be. But anyway, guys, give me your thoughts down below. What a moment here for the notorious Conor McGregor. They'll run through the quotes one more time here. Then I'll leave it there. Just give me a second. Some really awesome quotes by Conor McGregor, a reporter's dream here. Alrighty, Conor walking in crutches and saying, I kicked his knee about 40 times. My shin is killing me. That's it. It's the shin. Other than that, I'm perfect. Saying this was a hell of an important fight for me. Everyone from the media to the fighters wrote me off. Also saying he was 25 to 30 pounds heavier than me. I don't care what anyone says. McGregor saying he is one tough MFer. He keeps on coming. Also saying how he is a class competitor, talking about Diaz. He wants to get his abs back, guys. He feels like at 170, he has a big belly. He doesn't have his abs, and he's pissed off about that. Also saying the next time they fight for round 3, it's going to be at 155. It's going to be on his terms. Maybe it'll be for the belt, but we got to see what happens. Talking about how he had to be patient, working like his coach John Kavanagh, his book Win or Learn stated, and reminds us that the book is in bookstores now. Talking about leg kicks, he's saying his leg is killing him right now. Probably another reason for using the crutches. Saying he doesn't care what anyone else says. I helped bring this game up a level. Everyone is making more money because of me. McGregor noting that everyone was celebrating his demise when he lost, not with a fire under him, not happy with people rooting against him. McGregor says it's hard for him to get excited about fighting, although there's many things in the pipeline, so sit tight. Talking about how he thought 3-2 was a fair result. That first round was a 10-8. My respect to the opponent. He's the hell of a competitor. Also saying, I don't think they're going to strip me of the belt. How can they do that? What would that do to the division of the guy I KO'd in 13 seconds as the champ? There's a lot of stuff in the pipeline. It's about to hit the fan, so we'll see. And with that, a cliffhanger. Conor McGregor leaves in crutches, so we're not exactly sure what exactly is going on. But give me your thoughts down below, guys. I think I'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Conor McGregor, the post-fight press conference, his own little interview there after UFC 202. Give me your thoughts down below, guys. What a moment here. UFC 202 press conference. McGregor defeats Diaz. What a moment here. Majority decision victory for the notorious Conor McGregor.